twisted and deformed, this massive giant appears to have jagged stone formations growing from its body at odd angles. Its expression is wild and frenetic as it shambles forward. Hello everybody, Nick the DM here, and welcome to another video on 5e's Forgotten Giants. The giant I just described, and today's video topic is the Craa'ghoran, from the 3.5 Monster Manual 4. The Craa'ghorans are an offshoot race of stone giants, blended with the essence of earth elementals to create a stronger, more vicious giant. The Craa'ghoran is the antithesis of the stone giant Dreamwalker from the 5th edition Volo's Guide to Monsters. The Dreamwalker was driven mad by solitude as they travel around above ground, their madness being so powerful that it shapes the world around them, while the Craa'ghoran is intelligent, cold, calculating, and cruel. They are incredibly territorial and force weaker races into slavery in their underground layers. The normal stone giant is neutral, the Dreamwalker is chaotic neutral, and the Craa'ghoran is neutral evil, just to give you a little reference point on how different they are from the traditional stone giant. Craa'ghorans live in mountainous regions, preferably with much stone nearby. Due to their elemental nature, they have innate abilities to shape the earth and stone around them and even move through it, making mountains and caves an advantageous place for them to lair in. The Craa'ghorans use their abilities to shape their layers into labyrinths, where they can control the paths with spells like Wall of Stone and can split up groups of intruders easily. Whenever they are surveying their territory away from their lair, they get any dwarves, goblins, ogres, or orc prisoners they have to mine tunnels in the earth to expand their lair. Because they're so territorial, they often live alone, except for a few rare occasions where they will live with relatives. Craa'ghorans stand around 20 feet tall and weigh as much as 14,000 pounds. Their lifespans are very similar to traditional stone giants. They can live to be up to 800 years old. They subsist on stones and earth, but they prefer the taste of textured, worked stone. They don't eat valuable resources, though. They do collect precious gems, trophies, and rare minerals they come across to use for trade. They often have around 5,800 gold pieces worth of treasure in their homes. They share a few features with the classic stone giants, as demonstrated in their lairs. Adventurers who stumble across the Craa'ghoran's territory will see elaborate carvings and statues along the labyrinth walls, often decorated with jewelry and gems. Last but not least, let's check out the stat block I made to bring them into 5th edition. Craa'ghoran. Huge giant, neutral evil, armor class of 17. It is the same as the stone giant's armor class, and this is because while they are tougher due to being fused with earth elementals, they are also slower. Hit points are 187 or 15 d12 plus 90. Their speed for movement, they have a 40-foot on-foot speed and a burrow speed of 40 feet as well. Their strength is increased. They have a 25 strength, they have a 10 dexterity, 22 constitution, 12 intelligence, 13 wisdom, and 7 charisma. So they are still very wise and very intelligent, but they're not as charismatic as the average stone giant. Saving throws. They get proficiency in dexterity, constitution, and wisdom saving throws. With skills, they have expertise in athletics, just like the normal stone giants. They have proficiency in nature and perception. For resistances, because of their elemental nature, they have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from non-magical attacks. Senses, 60 feet of dark vision, like they traditionally have, and 60 feet of tremor sense. Their passive perception is a 15. The languages they have are Giant and Terran. Their challenge rating 10 creature, the same as the Dreamwalker, and 3 challenge ratings above the traditional stone giant. For abilities, they have a few. They have stone camouflage. They have advantage on stealth checks made to hide in rocky terrain. Earth glide, just like the earth elemental. The Craa'ghoran can burrow through non-magical, unworked earth and stone. While doing so, the Craa'ghoran doesn't disturb the material it moves through. Stone feet, an ability I gave it because I believe it made more sense, and this is just, I came up with that name right there. It's not the most intelligent naming, but it'll do. The Craa'ghoran is unaffected by difficult terrain made from earth or stone, using no extra movement when traveling through such terrain. So for anything that would that would cause damage while they're moving through the difficult terrain, they're not affected they're not slowed by it, but they will still take damage. Rend. This is a ability they had in the 3.5 stat block. If the Craa'ghoran hits the same target with both of its claw attacks, the giant latches onto the creature and tears at the flesh. The target creature automatically takes an additional 25 or 4d8 plus 7 slashing damage. Innate spellcasting. I took some liberties here. They are given one of their spells I know for a fact they had as it was listed. The rest I believe made sense, so I have added them in as well. They are a wisdom spellcaster with a spell save of 13 and a +5 to hit. So not very strong with spellcasting, but that doesn't matter because most of theirs just shape the earth around them. At will, they can cast Mold Earth. 3 times per day each, they can cast Wall of Stone and Stone Shape. And once per day, each Bones of the Earth. I added Bones of the Earth because I thought it made more sense. Wall of Stone was explicitly stated in the 3.5 stat block. I was also tempted to give them the Investiture of Earth or Investiture of Stone, but I didn't think that would make sense that they'd have to cast that considering their current, considering their form. So I've just given them most of those abilities by themselves. For actions, they don't have many. They have a multi-attack. The giant can make 2 claw attacks. Their claw attack is a +11 to hit, a reach of 15 feet. It hits one target and does 19 or 3d6 plus 7 slashing damage. And as all giants do, and what I believe is the strongest of all giant abilities, is Rock. +11 to hit, range of 60 to 240 feet, one target, does 29 or 4d10 plus 7 bludgeoning damage. If the target is a creature, it must succeed a DC 19 strength saving throw or be knocked prone. That is one thing I found interesting because that is only in the stone giant stat blocks, the saving throw for strength. And another thing that only stone giants have is their reaction of rock catching. If a rock or similar object is hurled at the Craa'ghoran can, with a successful DC 10 dexterity saving throw, catch the missile and take no bludgeoning damage from it. That is a pretty good chance of it making that save, considering it does have a proficiency in dex saving throws, so if it rolls a 6 or higher, it won't be affected by stones, making it very easy to combat other giants. And because of its newfound strength and resistances, it should be a hardy match for most parties, or even those who have the assistance of a giant. Other than that, that is it for the Craa'ghoran's stat block and a little bit of lore for those of you who are interested in that. I personally love lore. I think it's the best part of creating encounters. Speaking of encounters, one thing I should mention, whenever parties encounter a Craa'ghoran, they will most commonly be in their lair or nearby. They will probably not fight outside of their lair as they are stronger in it, so they will wait, and if they will wait for the party to get close, maybe lure them in, or if they're in, trap them inside with the wall of stone and prevent them from leaving. And that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching the video. I don't know what my next topic will be, but it'll be a nice surprise. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching again. If you liked the video, drop a like, maybe subscribe for more, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!